Good morning, everybody, and thank you for coming to the Today's Restaurant News Networking Group. We are at 11 o'clock on March the 8th, and I'm getting myself organized here. And my name is Howard Appel. I'm the founder and publisher of Today's Restaurant News, and we are a group of vendors who are here to help each other grow our businesses, and we're also here to help any restaurant owners, managers, or chefs if they have any questions or concerns. We welcome you to bring that to us, and you can reach us by calling us at 561-620-8888 or going to our website at trnusa.com and check out our YouTube channel at Today's Restaurant. We have over 300 videos starting way back when, I think in 2018, when we were meeting in person. Today we have quite a few new people on the board, so I'd like to just quickly introduce them. And I'm going to start with John Scholl. Just tell us who you are, what you do, where you are, and then we'll, like I said, we'll double back to you.
Thanks.
Just saw John. Huh? Welcome.
Hi, I'm John Scholl. I'm based out of Minneapolis. Today I'm in Fort Collins, Colorado, visiting my son and his family, and then we go on Saturday to Vail for a week. And I speak and write on customer service. I help organizations change the behavior and attitude of their workforce to get everybody customer driven. And I work on a very simple concept that when you deliver this incredible customer experience, people come back and they bring a lot of friends and they give you more money. And so I've been doing this longer than anybody in the world. And so I have some concepts I wanted to discuss later today when Howard has an opportunity for me to discuss the issue that I think that any restaurant could significantly increase sales, and I'm looking for how to penetrate the market.
Okay, thanks for coming. Next, I'd like to introduce Max, who, let me see if I can pronounce your name correctly. Beaulieu?
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. It's close enough.
I lived in Montreal for 5 years, so I thought maybe.
All right. Yeah, you get in there. You get in there. Good morning, everyone. I'm Max Beaulieu. I'm a corporate hospitality entertainment attorney. I'm a solo practitioner. I've been practicing for about 15 years. So if you're looking to buy a business, buy a restaurant, sell a restaurant, looking for corporate restructuring, looking for if you have investors coming in and you want to just set up your entity in a way in order to get those investors, if you're looking to raise capital, I could draft all those agreements, appointment agreements as well. And I do assist with liquor licensing, making sure that your corporate documents are copacetic. So we submit it to the liquor authority. There's no issues. Now, since COVID, the liquor authority has been backed up. It's been crazy. And they've made attempts to help speed up the process by being a little bit more liberal with their temporary licensing permits, but it's still a process. So to all those getting their liquor license, be patient. It's just it'll come around. And so I also do stuff in entertainment and real estate transactions and everything corporate. Real quick, I don't know if I have enough time, but I'm also vice president of the Haitian American Lawyers Association, where I help raise funds for law students, and we're going to award a lucky law student in November for our annual gala. My first fundraising event is on March 28th at a Brooklyn bar called For Purpose. I'm having a sports trivia night, and all proceeds will go to our scholarship fund. So if you have nothing to do on Thursday evening, if you know about sports, or if you just want to hang out, have a good time, and learn about sports and win some prizes, please come on down. I'll drop the link somewhere for ticket registrations. We're sponsored by Martingale Cognac and the Black Restaurant Coalition, so I hope to see you guys there.
Yeah, thank you. Mm-hmm. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
We're going to introduce Gary Gridley. Gary's has been in our 9 o'clock group and has transferred over to our 11 o'clock group. So just quickly tell us who you are, what you do, where you are.
Sure. My name is Gary Gridley. I live in St. Augustine, Florida, and I recently just switched from food equipment sales and manufacturing. We're wrapping that in about 4 months in on a new job called Spot On, which we're a POS software company that pretty much is turnkey now. We just had all new hardware and software come out. So anything the restaurant owner needs, from payroll to marketing, online ordering, third-party delivery. We just got ranked #1 over Toast Square and Clover from NerdWallet as the best POS and software sales. So I'm really excited to do that. And I've we have an ally program that I mentioned before in the 9 o'clock group. And I have about 5 people from the group already signed up, giving me leads. And if I sign a restaurant, you get $1,000. And if it's retail, it's $250. So it's a great way to network and make each other money, but also get each other's businesses out there and do that. And we have the reason why we got the awards was because of our customer service. So when you get when you sign up with me, you get me. I go physically in there. You meet with the people. We have all our own installers that work for Spot On that put in the systems, and it's very hands-on. And with a lot of the other POS companies, you're on the phone for anywhere from 20 to 30 to an hour on hold. Our wait time is less than 2 minutes, and that's 24/7, 365. So if any of you guys would like to sign up with my ally program, I'll get your information after the meeting. But my cell phone is 904-662-7788. And my email is gary.gridley, GRIDLEY, @spoton.com. And look forward to meeting and networking with the 11.
Okay, thank you. Next up new, we have Joseph Katz from I guess a fairly new company, Gasket Master, and Eric Levine of RRS Commercial Appliance Repair Company. They're both in the same box. So
Yes, sir.
good morning, guys.
Good morning. Morning.
Tell us who you are, what you do.
Okay, my company's RRS Commercial Appliance Repair. We're out of Palm Beach, Florida. What we do is we fit commercial appliances, gas stoves, convection ovens, fryers. We do repair, we do installs, and we do services for restaurants. And the new restaurants are opening up. We check pressures and thermometers, and we do all the maintenance and safety issues that restaurants need on their equipment. And we do also do refrigeration repair as well.
Okay,
Walk-in coolers, refrigeration, ACs. We're a complete restaurant repair company.
great, welcome. And what about Joseph?
I do refrigeration gaskets, walk-in coolers, hardware, anything that needs a gasket for refrigeration, any kind of hardware, hinges, door frames, anything of that sort. We repair. We're going to be a manufacturing company. We're going to manufacture the gaskets in our in the warehouse, and hopefully, yeah.
We're just starting out.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Well, we've had several people come to the group who are just startups, and they're all doing well. So that's great. Welcome aboard.
Definitely, because everyone has to eat. I'm going to get my mouth in order, then we can. I'm going to ask that we do our regular intros now before I introduce Terry and Allison, so that we can get everybody in. Everybody will know who everybody is. So, Darren, why don't you start us off?
Very good. Good morning, everybody. Darren Gull with Tracy.net. We are a communications consulting and solution provider. What does that mean? We take the aches and pains out of phone and internet services for restaurants and other industries as well. We're master agents for all the main companies you would know. We also have our own platform in addition to that. So for the restaurant industry, we work to eliminate busy signals with lowering the actual cost you would pay for 2 lines from a standard AT&T or Comcast or Spectrum. So if you know anybody who's suffering from aches and pains of communications, we can help them with that. We do a free consultation. If we can't save them money, we'll let them know that what they have is working. If we can help them, we certainly will. And best part is with Tracy.net, we support the customer from not only the install, but as long as they're a customer, regardless of what platform we put them on. You can reach us at www.traci.net or call us toll free at 800-881-8899 or just email sales@tracy.net.
Great, thank you. Azalia, good morning.
Good morning, guys. My name is Azalia. I am a commercial realtor and a business broker. If you have a restaurant and you're looking for a new home for your restaurant, not your house, I don't want to do residential, but a new home for your restaurant, you give me a call. Or if you want to buy somebody that already has a restaurant that's operating, or if you want to sell your current restaurant, that's what I do. So my number is 786-457-2796. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Let's go to Stephanie. Good morning.
Morning, everyone. Hi. So Mark and I, we are Brilliant Computers. We're out of Boca Raton, Florida and Palm Beach County, but we can assist residential and commercial clients basically all over the country, potentially all over the world, depending on availability, of course. But we do all things IT, business email hosting, online backup, data recovery. When in doubt, reach out. If you get to a website that you don't know is safe or you're unsure, if you receive an email that you're not sure about, give us a call. Our number 561-877-1119. Again, 561-877-1119. We have our website at www.brilliantcomputers.com. Our remote access software allows us to assist you as if we're sitting right next to you from virtually anywhere. So if you need us, let us know. We're here for you. Thank you for having us as always.
Thank you. Were your phones busy earlier this week when Facebook went down?
That was, I think, one of the more stressful things I've had to deal with. And the interesting thing was it wasn't because the phones were actually ringing less than I expected, to be honest. But it just, I thought my account got hacked and I did probably what everybody else was doing all at the same time, was trying to change my password to regain access. And then I couldn't get back in on my computer. And I'm actually a moderator on a few groups and I've got the business page. And, you know, so, and of course, all the pictures of my kids. And I just had this moment where I said, oh my gosh, I haven't backed up my Facebook recently. And you realize how quickly you can lose contact with people just by something like Meta coming down, right? Or our phones. So just make sure, this is why data backup's so important, and 2-factor authentication, right? I had my 2-factor set up. I didn't actually lose access to my Facebook. So thankfully I was able to get back in. Again, back your data up and use 2-factor authentication, everyone.
Okay, thanks. John Bunn, good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome. My name is John Bunn. I'm with the BH Bunn Company. Most people know us by seeing twined around packages, bakery boxes, newspapers, magazines. Your pork roast, beef roasts have been tied since the mid-1950s. We're here today to help restaurant owners secure their delivery foods. Latest reports, 80% of the drivers admit to eating the food they deliver. Our twin's environment friendly. You cannot duplicate the knot. About 1,500 different variations in the last 117 years. So we have a model to fit the product that they need to tie and secure. My phone number is 1-800-222-BUN. Our website is buntyco, BUNNTYCO.com. And email is info@buntyco.com. Thank you.
Okay, Kevin, good morning.
Morning, everybody. We're having a great Friday. Kevin Anderson here. I'm a partner with Strategic Supply Chain Partners. We are a full-service hospitality consulting company. We do many things in regards to servicing our clients, but in particular, our specialty is helping these groups with either their purchasing person in place or functioning as an outsourced purchasing department and renegotiating their distribution agreements with their broadline distributors. We then go and tackle getting better and more productive manufacturer deviated prices and rebates. We oversee the master distribution agreements. We help negotiate the language inside the agreements. And then we function with helping a client with how they interact with their distributors. We're currently saving our clients a little bit over 10%. So if they're spending $10 million a year in food with a distributor, we're going to basically save them $1 million a year. The coolest thing about what we do is we are 100% contingency. We just share in the savings, go find the money that's going out of pocket currently, renegotiate their agreements, renegotiate their distribution agreement and their deviated pricing. And then whatever we save them, we just share in that savings. So we got skin in the game right from the beginning. There's no fee, no cost, no retainer, no job costs, any of those type of things. Give us a holler at 407-497-9495, or you can check us out on our website at www.ssc.partners.
Hey,
Thanks,
thank
Howard.
you. John Marinak, good morning.
Good morning, John Marinak, Marinak Food Service Consultants. We design restaurants and we do consulting. So if you need anything designed, we're the people to call. You can see the type of work that we do in the back. And we do everything from restaurants to stadiums to distribution centers, things like that. So give us a call, 954-817-1183. Thank you.
John, I want to just mention to you that John Chisol, who's here today from Service Quality Institute, he and you both have a lot of contacts overseas in the same region. So you guys should talk.
Okay, thank you.
John, my cell phone is 612-382-5636.
Howard, you have it on the list, right?
Yeah, I'll put, go ahead, John.
You have it on the list, right?
It'll be on the spreadsheet.
Okay.
And it reminds me, if when the spreadsheet goes out, any of your information is not on there or needs to be corrected, let us know so I can change it. All right, let's go to the Gottesmans. Good morning.
Hi.
Hi, everybody.
We're Robert and Helen Gottesman. We're the founders of a nonprofit, Delicious Spoonfuls, Florida Incorporated.
Somebody's
Background noise.
over there.
Anyway, we create training and employment for people with special needs, including Down syndrome, autism, mental illness. In many cases, these people into their 30s and 40s have never had the opportunity for a paid job. And we are creating that. We do events. We just did an event last night for about 50, 60 people, serving our ice cream with our employees, and we had a great time.
We actually did it in a gorgeous place.
Yeah, I wish I could afford it.
In fact, one of the people wants us to do one on one of the yachts, so
Which will be lovely.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we've done events for as few as 35, 40 people, and we could do events into the hundreds. And we're looking to do more weddings, parties of any kind in South Florida.
We also have 3 more events for this month, and if you have to excuse me, I'm a little bit tired. The last couple of days we've been on the go. Anyway, but yeah, what Helen is saying is true. We do a lot of work. We met some very fascinating people last Sunday, even though it rained. We still were very successful doing it. We made a lot of great connections.
If you want to reach us, our website is deliciousspoonfuls.org. Phone number is 561-676-2078. And email is helen@deliciousspoonfuls.org. And right now, what we're looking for is a revolving sink that can be used with a portable ice cream cart. so that we can pass muster with all our licensing.
Uh,
And we've already spoken with John Marinak and brainstorming with him, but so far we haven't had any luck. So,
did
and
you
we
get
wanted
the
to
spec-
look more professional.
Did you get the specs that I sent you?
Did you get? the
Yeah,
spec?
yeah, John, I looked at some of the camping places too. Nobody seems to have anything. But I
But
did
the-
call, yeah, I did
the
call
specs-
Waterworks.
Yeah, but the specs that I sent you are
Yeah.
ones for what you could use that you could just put anywhere.
Right.
Right.
Okay. We'll
Maybe
check it out again.
Maybe Eric or Joseph has some connections locally.
Well, if you think of anything,
Well,
get in touch with us.
Waterworks said that there's some sort of connection in Boca, but I don't know where.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a slew of them on the sites that I gave you. That the
Okay, I didn't see.
Oh,
what
I
you-
didn't see it. Could do me a favor, just resend it to me again.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.
TRN Terry, good morning.
Howard, just real quick.
Yes.
Excuse me for 1 second. I used to represent IMC Teddy. They're out of New York, and they do custom anything like with is it stainless you guys are looking for, or what's the
I'm not certain. I'm not certain. But it has to be something that's portable, not a fixed site.
All right, I know a place.
Okay, if you guys can get in touch with me after this so we can,
There's a place in Boca Raton that sells portable sinks with hot water units built in.
oh,
All you
that
need
would be
is
great.
110 volts.
Okay,
I
It's a portable
send me the
sink they use
info
for
when you
carnival.
can. Okay, thank you.
Guys, I gotta bail out. Have a good weekend.
TRN Terry, good morning.
Morning. Good morning. Happy to see all the new faces, especially one of our contributors who writes for us quite often, John Scholl. Welcome again. Very happy to see you in person. We communicate your article, and we do get a lot of feedback on them, and
Bye-bye.
feature you as much as we possibly can. Anyways, so what I do, I'm going to use one of Darren's lines, is we take the aches and pains out of trying to find out where new restaurants are coming in Florida and Georgia. Now we've added Alabama to the Georgia list, to where we're getting more and more agencies that are sending us leads on those and able to find them through other means. So if you want to know where something's coming in, being built, our lead report is second to none in the United States. And I always say, if you can find one that's better than ours for what we charge, I'll give you ours for free. So far, takers. But what we do is we put this report together, and by the 9th, it's in an Excel spreadsheet. You can sort it any way you want, by zip, by city. You can take some of the newer ones out, but the bulk, we guarantee, I personally will guarantee 50 brand new leads a month. And that is in the under construction and coming soon. That does not include something that just opened. So that is a lot of leads. This group gets a special price. You can look online, and when you see the prices and then you call me, you'll be shocked. So go ahead and do that if you're interested. A lot of people already get them. You might want them for the email addresses. You might want them to sell your product. And also, I keep forgetting to mention, but we have older ones. We have them from 2 or 3 years back. And I have people that have just started taking them because they're auctioneers. Somebody might not be in business anymore and they need to sell their restaurant. Also, people that want to buy the used equipment. Oh my gosh, for so many reasons. Maybe the property is available and they want to sell it. Maybe they're using a POS system that's too high now. They can't afford it. They need somebody new. So it goes for everything. No matter what you do, that list can help you. You can get it a free sample. Terry at trnusa.com. Have a great weekend.
Yeah. And Sabrina, good morning.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Happy to be able to jump on. I got caught up on another meeting, but I definitely wanted to make it. My name is Sabrina Jenkins. I am the catering director for PDQ Chicken. We have several restaurants in South Florida, from Miami all the way up to Jacksonville. We're heavily saturated mostly in Florida. Our office is based in Tampa. We just opened our Plantation location. So if you're in that area, definitely check it out. It's off of Cleary and Nob Hill. Happy to be here. Happy Friday.
Yay,
If I
thank
missed
you.
anything.
Does anybody want to jump in and add anything to what they said? Because I want to move along because we have a speaker today and I want to give her as much time as possible. So Terry Lena, would you introduce
Just
your...
real quick, Sabrina, I didn't hear where.
Say again, Gary?
What was the restaurants? What was the restaurants that Sabrina?
Oh, sorry. PDQ. We're the fast casual chicken restaurant. We have several locations, South Florida. PDQ stands for people dedicated to quality, but we're also pretty darn quick. So yeah, I primarily handle all of our cases.
I live in St. Augustine now, but I used to live a little north, about 15 miles in Julian Creek. And my kids are now 23 and 20, but when that first opened up in our neighborhood, it was like.
Yeah, we have one corner, so we're like.
Yes, I'm very fortunate to have started with the company when we were originally starting the first South Florida location in Oakland Park back in 2013. So I've been able to branch out and work with a couple other brands and establish their catering programs. But I love the brand so much that I've been back under the corporate umbrella for 3 years now. So 10 years total, and it's just an amazing brand. We're doing a lot of restructuring right now. So you might notice our logo is changing. You'll start to see some tidbits of that. So I'm excited for the direction that we're heading.
Okay, well, great. Welcome. Hope you.
Yeah, thank you. I'll put my contact info in the.
There's a lot of people here I think that you would benefit from having a relationship with. Terry, Lena, back to you. Please introduce your guest, Allison, and Terry, tell us about you and what your company does.
So hi, good morning, everyone. I am Terry Lena with Workwear Outfitters, and we are a manufacturer of innovative workwear apparel under our Red Cap and Dickies brands. The reason I'm having Allison on the call today is I don't think a lot of people realize all the research and development that goes into our innovative apparel. So Allison is on our merchandising team. She is hands-on working with the end users as well as the fabric mills, trying to develop the best fabric as well as some of the newer technologies out there. Allison, if you could please come on and introduce yourself and take it away.
Yeah, hi. Thank you for having me. We are based out of Nashville, and I've been with the company a little over 15 years. I spent some time in merchandising, which I'm in now again, and I've spent some time in our supply chain. And so when we really dive in and try, work to develop a collection, we do a lot of research from qualitative to quantitative. For our particular airflow culinary line, we talk to 850 decision makers and wearers, and that's in person, that's surveys, that's field studies for us. And, we identified key needs, and from the decision maker to the wearer, they are different. A decision maker, they want your appearance to look good. They want you to be clean. They want a wide range of sizes. Availability is always important. You got to have inventory on the shelf. And then when you talk to the wearers, their biggest concerns are temp regulation and thermal management. How do they stay clean, breathability, durability, working in kitchens it's very hot. So again, that breathability, that cooling is very, very important to them. So that doing all of that research for us helps us just build our product from the ground up. Like Terry said, we work with our fabric manufacturing partners, our fabric mills. Majority of our fabric does come here from the US, so it's easy for us to meet, hop on a plane, go talk through the kind of chemistries that we want to do, the kind of constructions that we want to do that just really ultimately build the best, most durable garments that we can. So if anybody doesn't have any questions with that, I can kind of talk through some product. Hopefully you'll be able to see it on the screen, but we could start there. If that works for everybody.
Go ahead. You're able to.
Okay. All right. So like I think Terry said, you know, we launched a collection. This launched about 2 years ago, and it's what we call the Airflow collection. And airflow meaning all of the pieces, whether they're a top or a bottom, have some kind of breathability panel in them. So what I'm showing here kind of at a distance for you is a cook shirt. Being in the restaurant industry, you've probably seen a little more traditional cook shirts. They're, you know, they're going to be the snap front or the button front, maybe one chest pocket. Here we really wanted to elevate it since it could go back of the house or it could go front of the house depending on where you are. So we did a concealed snap front. So that just gives it a very professional, clean appearance. Also, if you're in the kitchen and you're carrying anything around, it's going to protect you there, and it's not, you know, your snaps aren't going to snag on anything while you're walking around, while you're moving. Chest pockets, those are very important for cooks that we found. We did a dual utensil pocket here on the sleeve. Sorry, it's kind of dark in here. But so we've got 2 sizes, and talking to the wearers, you know, they have different thermometer sizes. It can be wide, it can be small. And then a lot of people have pens, Sharpies that they keep on them. So we just wanted to make sure we had storage. And then a full mesh breathable back. You know, body mapping studies that we've done will tell you a lot of the sweat does come from your back. So we wanted to make sure that they had something there to kind of release that moisture. So this is going to pull the moisture out. It's going to dry quick, and it's just going to keep the wear cooler longer. And then it's important to note all of the garments that we built, we have a male style and then we have a female counterpart, because that's very important, because females don't want to wear male garments. They want their own fit. Sometimes they want their pockets placed differently. So we made sure to really pay attention when developing these lines. Here, up next, I've got what we call a short sleeve raglan chef coat. Black obviously is not the greatest for you guys to see it, but this does have what we call an Oil Blok technology. And what that does is if you're getting a stain on you, instead of the stain getting trapped, the chemistry on there is going to release that stain in wash. Because, you know, you work with grease, you work with all kinds of oils, even wine, coffee. You want to make sure if that gets on your garment that it's going to come out and wash. So this very durable. Again, going back to that decision maker, their concern is they want their employees to be presentable. Here for this specific design, it's got a raglan sleeve, and then it's got mesh inserts on that raglan sleeve. Chest pocket here for the male. The female style, we did put pockets on the lower front because a lot of the female chefs said we don't want chest pockets. They're bulky. They don't make us feel good. So we gave them pockets on the lower front because they still do need pockets for storage. And then we've got a mesh insert back here as well. The biggest thing with this one, a lot of the feedback that came back with chefs and cooks, they said, you know, we're kind of like athletes in the kitchen. We have to bend, move, watch out for each other, not run into each other. So it's really important that they have garments that they can move in. Next, we have what we're calling our Airflow Deluxe Chef Coat. So this is for the executive chef. You know, solid black, solid white, a gray. Here we wanted the lines to just be really clean and really straight. So you can hopefully kind of see design details here. They may not need the bulky chest pockets that a cook or a sous chef may need. So we've given little slits for thermometers or Sharpies, pens, pencils. This fabric is really nice. It's a fine line twill and it's got a mechanical stretch in it. So it's got a really great hand. Then the fabric itself has got a little bit of give in it. And then we've got some really nice stretch woven breathable panels. So if you think of a golf pant type fabric, that's what we've inserted in these garments for them to have that breathability. And then it just gives it a different look than a mesh. So we wanted to make sure, you know, decision makers want options. So that's what we were doing here. And then next, we have a couple of chef pants, baggy chef pants in the industry. Still seem to be pretty popular. I know that's hard to see, but I think it's personal preference when you pick your chef pants. We wanted to make sure the option was a baggy, and then we wanted to make sure that the wearers had an option of a straight fit. We've been seeing that a lot more, especially I think more so in the younger crowd, we see a straight fit. So we wanted to give the wearer options. So we developed a lightweight chef pant. This is a really nice gray black plaid. Like I said earlier, we wanted to make sure that they were able to have a breathability aspect in their pant. So with these pants, we put venting here in the back riser, and then we put venting on the inner leg for the wearer, if you guys can see that or not. And I know decision makers, they don't really want anybody in the kitchen to have their cell phone on them. However, we all know we want our cell phones on us. It's kind of hard to separate from them. So we did want to make sure we gave the wearer a cell phone pocket on the leg so they can keys, wallet, anything they want to put on there, but they have storage options. And then for the ladies, it's the same design concept as the male with all of the venting. But for women, we wanted to do an athletic style waistband. So it's got a 2-inch knit elastic waistband, kind of what you would see on a yoga pant or a workout pant. So we wanted to make sure comfort's key here. So this was really important for the ladies. And then something new that we've been working on, we are getting ready to launch some new aprons. So these are going to be pretty heavy duty and durable. It is a flex canvas, and we know the fabric's durable. We use it in an automotive pant today. So it lasts forever. It's gotten really good feedback on just, again, durability, stretch, color retention, which I know is really, really important. So I wanted to show this new apron that we built talking to some chefs here in Nashville. So we wanted to make sure we covered everything that they might need. So we've got large pockets, got one large pocket here, and then we've got a small pocket built onto it for a wine key. You can put other little things in there, but talking to the front house staff, they just said, you know, we hate having to dig around looking for a wine key. So if you had a little pocket, we could store that in, that would be great. So that's the kind of feedback that we take and build our garments with. Here on the other side, we've got a 3-layer pocket, big enough to hold a small iPad or an ordering notepad. And then when you see waiters and waitresses, you always see they probably got 10 pins on them. So we wanted to make sure they had a place to kind of clip all of their pins, easy access to pull them out. So really purposefully built. Here, we did something a little bit different that you're not going to see on a competitor. We've put flex panels here on the side that adjoin to the standard, pretty standard ties here. But these flex panels, kind of when you tie it around your waist and wear it, it's going to help take some of that pressure off, and the string's not just going to cut into the side of your hips. We saw that, heard that complaint a lot. So we wanted to do something a little bit different, but we also still want this to be very comfortable to wear. And that is some of the product. It's not all of the product, but I know we're probably on a time crunch. We also wanted to incorporate colors outside of, you know, the black, the whites, the grays. So we did a lot of color research, and, you know, we've got teal, a color that we call Merlot. We're hearing a lot that restaurants, they want to kind of move away from the standard colors because all of the open concept kitchens. So you're seen while you have diners in the restaurant. So you really just want your uniforms to kind of reflect like the culture and the feel of the restaurant. So that's what we really tried to do with this collection.
Okay, well, thank you. It brought me back to my early days. I was selling clothing in the showroom, doing the same thing you just did.
Oh yeah. Wow. It's kind of hard. It's easy, I guess, now that we have Zoom to do it, but it's kind of hard to do it on Zoom because you want to touch and feel and see all the features. So hopefully,
I have a question about the Oil Blok.
yes.
Does that repel the oil immediately?
So we've had to tweak that chemistry due to PFAS. So we, as a company, have made the decision to move away from any chemistry that contains PFAS chemicals. So it actually now has a really strong release story. So if you do get oil on you, it's not going to beat up and roll off. However, it is when you take it home to wash it or you send it to an industrial laundry to wash it, the stain's not going to get trapped in the fibers. It is going to release through wash.
Okay.
Yeah, I can speak for that. You guys have sponsored a robotics team, and kids get these things pretty dirty at competitions, and they always wash clean. They look fantastic, and no extra effort needed.
Yeah, great. That's great to hear. Yeah, like I said, we build really durable, purposefully built garments. Sometimes they last a little too long for our liking.
And the breathability is great too. I mean, those side panels make a huge difference at comfort.
Absolutely, yeah. And then if they, they wick as well, so they're just pulling that sweat off and moving it and evaporating.
I want to thank Terry Lena for working with us and Allison and the rest of the crew in Nashville, helping us with our new feature, Centerfold, where your company was featured with an article, and you placed an ad in that, and we thank you for that. And Terry, you want to jump on?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you. I didn't know if Allison heard. We've already got, what, 56 hits from the ad?
Yeah.
That's really exciting.
Yeah.
I think
It's awesome.
we are really working to promote our culinary line as hard as we can. So we're going to be attending the Bar and Restaurant Show in Las Vegas. We're doing the National Restaurant Show, and that's what I like about this group. You guys tell us where we need to be, and so we could really do our best to belong to the right organizations like Today's Restaurant, because it's really helping us get the word out there about our culinary line. So thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you. And we're going to be broadcasting live next Friday from Nashville. We're going to Nashville next week, so I'll be hosting it from Nashville.
Oh, that's awesome.
If I had time, I'd come and stop by your office.
Oh, you would love it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we've got a nice showroom we could walk you through.
Well, thank you for coming, and thank you for showing us those items. Did any of the new people want to jump back in? I didn't circle back to you. If you have anything you want to add to your intro, please do now. John?
Hi, Howard. It's Pamela Hewitt. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm not in a place right now where I can be on video, but just wanted to let you know that I'm still here financing, full service loans, everything from if a client of yours needs to build from the ground up, I do construction loans, equipment financing, working capital, etc. And trust me, companies out there right now need it because the banks and the credit card companies have become so tight. So you're actually doing your client a favor by introducing them to someone that works as a consultant and can help them build their credit. So in the future, the goal always is they will eventually become too big for me and become bankable. I help them with that. And I also just want to thank everybody that has been so supportive of me. This is really important. Isaiah, Terry, the other Terry, John McCabe, Kevin, Howard, especially. You all know I've been sick for a while, and I cannot thank y'all enough for, being part of a group with me and also trusting me with your business. It means so much you don't know. And hopefully I can pay y'all all back. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.
Okay, thanks. John, you're on mute, John. You're still on mute. Take your... There you go.
Yeah, the Wall Street Journal this week had a huge article on restaurants. I don't know if any of you saw it, and it talked about how many of the restaurants are struggling and they're having trouble paying wages. And one of the reasons I called Howard is I have a program called Remember Me that gets employees to use the customer's name and remember the customer's name. It's my belief that an employee could increase their income at least 25% by tips if they ever used your name on a repetitive basis. So if Terry, when you go into a restaurant, if somebody said, "Hi, Terry, good to see you this morning. Terry, would you like the usual?" Your willingness to tip more and to come back more is very dramatic. Virtually nobody in a restaurant remembers the customer's name, uses the customer's name, or gives a damn about the customer's name. But it is what I teach is a stealth approach. How do you go underneath the radar to grab market share and to build business for your restaurant and to help your employees significantly increase their income, which doesn't cost you any money at all. So I'm looking for opportunities where I could work with any of you, or you could recommend me to companies. I'm everywhere in the world that would like to use a slight edge approach, which is very inexpensive, and it doesn't cost money for the company to get their employees to use the customer's name and to remember the customer's name. So think about it again. You're thinking of going out for lunch, and there's one restaurant that always knows who you are, uses your name.
Yep.
The employees use your name. Where are you going to go?
Cheers.
And so I'm looking for some assistance in how do I penetrate the market anywhere in the world to help companies, employees increase their income and help the restaurant increase their income.
Okay, well, we'll keep that in mind. Gary, you had your hand up?
Yeah, just for a question for Pamela. I have these two guys that I just met. They're from Chicago, but they have a food truck in St. Augustine right on this wharf at a marina, and they're just like so excited to get a brick and mortar. They're probably looking for like 100,000, but they're just, I don't know about their credit, or they have any data. I know they don't have the coin, but I just wondered, is that something that you help with as far as, that low of a denomination in lending?
Yes, I can finance Gary from typically about $1,000 up to multi-millions. I mean, I finance sometimes, manufacturing lines that, might have 100 components. So to answer your question, yes. And it's interesting that you brought up your client with the food truck. I've been getting more and more referrals for like summer, the Carpigiani, like gelato carts and things like that. But I'm definitely the food that I've really been getting introduced to that market. And yes, I do have a number of underwriters that like that equipment. I don't know if they're a startup or if they're established, but I work, even if I can't finance a client today, I work with them at no cost and show them minimal things that they can do so I can get them approved. But yeah, I'd love to help you
Oh
on
my
that.
God, I was talking to Steve Whitehill, and he deals with more like $300,000 to $500,000 restaurants and stuff. But there's a restaurant in St. Augustine that's a coffee shop. It's only 70,000, and it would be like a counter service, like perfect for these guys to go from the food truck to just get a brick and mortar. They're just so excited. Their product is incredible. The one guy's Greek, the other guy is Italian, but their dogs they're both raised in Chicago, so it's pretty cool to see them come to Florida. Thank you. I'll reach out to you. Thank you so much.
Well, more and more of those people northern are coming to Florida, as we know. But yeah, I mean, do you want me to give you a call after our call? Because I'm actually inputting a few food trucks in credit today. So
Oh, that would be
I'd love to help you out with that
phenomenal.
and help them. Absolutely.
Okay, perfect.
Really, so everyone understands, there's almost nothing out of 24 years that I can't finance, where I have direct, like if you need a construction from the ground up loan, I have one or two banks I've worked with forever, and I do all the work for you. Same with those of you who sell equipment or software. You don't have to get involved with that, but at least letting clients know that you offer it. Then you can turn it over to me and stay out of the loop, and I will handle everything. On equipment financing, if it's under like maybe 250,000, we can get it approved within a day and usually funded 100% in advance at the same time. And of course, that's deal by deal and credit by credit, but you'll find that I will be a value add to you. And yeah, let's get on the ball with that, Gary, and close some business.
That sounds amazing. Thank you.
Does anybody else have any questions about what can or can't be financed, or if you specialize in a certain
Why don't you
area?
schedule yourself for a presentation, Pam?
I'd love to do that, because as you talk about, Howard, I found all my, my booklets and marketing stuff, from before I joined Navita. So I'd love to do a presentation. Just let me know when.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
And I still want to remind I do pay a referral fee to the members of this group.
Well, we've come to the end of the meeting. I want to thank everybody for coming. When you do receive your spreadsheet, if any of the information is not there, please let me know so I can add it. If anything is wrong, let me know so I can correct it. For all the new people that came today, I thank you for coming. You're welcome. We'd love to have you as a regular member. We're a very casual group, but we do a lot behind the scenes. There's a lot of activity going on behind the scenes. And as I said before, the 29th of this month is going to be our next combined meeting. So keep that in mind. And again, thank you for coming. Have a great weekend, and let the sauce be with you.